3 weeks after he came home, he fell asleep at the wheel. I watched him do it. The unit medic said it started after a convoy. And that single eyewitness note later helped connect the medical files to the veteran's claim.
I'm Cameron Burrell, U.S. Army veteran and founder of VetBiz Media. Today, we'll turn plain memories like that into lay and buddy statements that actually help a raider understand the story.
Quick question. What is a lay statement?
It's a first-hand account. Someone who saw you, lived with you, or worked with you, describing observable facts, not medical conclusions. So, what does the VA accept? Facts and observations. How often you couldn't do duties, when a behavior started after an event, or how symptoms changed day to day. Diagnosis? That's for clinicians.
Who makes a good witness? Think about 3 groups: fellow service members and supervisors, family or roommates, and civilian supervisors or coworkers.
You might ask, what about a buddy who wasn't in theater? If they didn't see the event, they can't testify to it. First-hand observation is what counts. A squad leader can confirm missed duties or mission impact. A spouse can describe night awakenings and how they affect household tasks. A civilian supervisor can attest to on-the-job performance changes. Each witness brings a different, useful angle.
Pick witnesses who actually saw the behavior. Honest, specific, and willing to sign, that's the 3-part test I use. If someone is unsure about details, it's okay to use ranges and explain how they remember.
All right, what should a statement include? Start with the who and relationship, name, contact info, unit or job title, and dates. Then move to the facts, dates, locations, and concrete actions you saw. Short example of an observable line. On March 12, 2009, during a 0400 patrol northwest of FOB Red River, I saw Specialist Jones limp and sit out 2 hours of patrol while medics evaluated him. That kind of anchor, date, place, behavior, is what reviewers need. Describe function next. How did the symptom change tasks? He avoided stairs and asked for light duty, or she fell asleep during night shifts. Connect behavior to duty or daily life. That's meaningful and verifiable. You might be wondering, how do I even start writing one?
Use this simple template. 1. Attestation line. I, name, state under penalty of perjury that the following is true and correct to the best of my knowledge. 2. Relationship line. I served with veteran in unit from dates, or I lived with veteran from dates. 3. One event with date and place. 4. One typical behavior with frequency and impact. 5. Closing with signature and date.
Quick example to copy and adapt. On March 12, 2009, during a 400 patrol northwest of FOB Red River, I observed Specialist Jones limp and sit out 2 hours of patrol while medics evaluated him. After that event, he avoided long marches and asked for lighter duties. I personally observed him wake from nightmares 3 to 4 times per week. Sign and date it. Attestation and signature matter. A signed, dated statement with contact info is easier to verify. Notarization isn't required, but if a witness is worried about credibility, a notarized statement can help.
Supporting exhibits strengthen the statement. A short timeline that lines up with the buddy statement, a dated photo, or a unit note can make it easier for a reviewer to connect the dots. Keep exhibits short, labeled, and referenced in the statement.
A few common mistakes to avoid: vague language, unsigned pages, and contradicting other records. If you don't know an exact date, say spring of 2010, during pre-deployment, and explain why you remember that time frame. Consistency across statements matters. Here's a short, general scenario to pull this together. Imagine a veteran with new sleep problems after deployment. Service records are thin. A spouse describes nightly awakenings beginning the month after return. The veteran wakes gasping, gets up several times, and can't safely drive during the day. A neighbor reports seeing the veteran nap unexpectedly in the afternoons. Paired with a later sleep study, those lay statements show continuity and functional impact. Not a guarantee, but clearer context.
Okay, what's one practical action you can do right now?
Pick one witness and ask them to draft a one-page statement using the template: attestation, relationship line, one event, one typical behavior with frequency, and a closing signature. Attach one simple exhibit, like a dated photo or a one-line timeline. That single statement is a meaningful piece of evidence.
Final reminders. Keep language specific and observable. Avoid medical or legal opinions, and prefer multiple short, consistent statements over one long, vague document. If a witness is reluctant, consider a signed email, a notarized note, or working with the VSO to collect statements confidentially. And always verify current VA rules through official sources or an accredited representative when appropriate.
Thanks for spending this time on a tool that costs almost nothing but can add clarity to a claim. If this helped, follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with another veteran who could benefit. Download the free 7-step Veteran Benefits Reset Guide at vetbizmedia.com/veteran7 for templates, timelines, and a checklist you can use today.
Thank you for listening to the Veteran Benefits Reset Podcast. Your service did not expire. Your story is still worth reviewing. Take the next responsible step. Stay organized, stay informed, stay ready.